Down on the east side of Akron town, summer heat and the factory's grown. Rick, Mike, Chris and me, four young fools with nowhere to be. Sneaking smokes behind the Ponderosa, talking big dreams in the pouring rain. Old Dodge Aspen, coughing smoke, but damn, that car just never broke. We'd roll those windows halfway down, seagulls singing all across this town. Feel like a number through the static haze, sounded like our lives in those reckless days. And those Akron nights still burn so bright. Cheap whiskey, basement poker games, trying to outrun our names. We were brothers then, thought it'd never end. But time moves on like cold November rain, leaves you staring at the famous final scene again. Final scene again. A rich mama yelling from upstairs, while cigarette smoke filled the air. Cards on the table, ashtrays full, dreams too heavy for kids that young to pull. Mike kept talking about heading south with fire and hope in his stubborn mouth. Chris would laugh and throw a punch. Those brothers fought like thunder drums. We just leaned back and let them go. 5 minutes later they'd steal the show, laughing hard like nothing broke, like scars were only lines and jokes. And somewhere underneath it all, we thought we'd outrun the curtain call. Yeah, those Akron nights still haunt my mind. Street lights glowing through the summer rain, young hearts running wild again. We were kings back then, or at least we all pretended. Now the years roll by like Lake Erie wind, nothing ever stays the way it's been. Too young, still hear his voice in certain songs. Sometimes late at night it comes, echoing soft like a distant drum. Mike found peace down in southern Ohio, Alina beside him through the highs and lows. He chased the dream we talked about. One of us finally made it out. And me, some nights I still fight those storms alone, trying hard just to hold my own. This old mind can turn so dark, but somehow I still find a spark. And Rex still walking those Akron streets, same old bars and familiar scenes, still living with his mama there, like time forgot to move somewhere. And now the spotlight's growing dim for the boys we were back then. All those Akron nights, Lord, they shaped our lives. From basement cards to broken dreams, nothing's ever what it seems. We were more than friends, yeah, we were blood back then. Four lost boys in an Aspen ride, with seagulls singing loud into the night. Somewhere in the distance now, I still hear that old familiar sound. Feel like a number ringing soft and low. For the boys we were so long ago. and the credits slowly roll away on the famous final scene we made. Past those Akron nights into the famous final scene.
PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Memories. Memories. Those are the things that we have. We carry those through with us through our lives. Memories. I got some thoughts on memories. I got some thoughts on moving forward. Seeing where I'm at. The song you heard is called Akron Nights. It's about a time in my life when, hell, I felt invincible. I think we've all been there. I'm pretty sure we have all been there, right? We felt invincible before. We were young, youthful, had fire, passion, and we dealt with everything differently. At least my generation, Generation X, we were taught different. We do different. We were different. We are different. Let me turn my air conditioner off, folks. I'll be right back in 1 second. That don't sound good for you, and I know it don't sound good for me. Always a glitch in the matrix. Nothing's ever perfect, especially when you're doing what we're doing here tonight. Anyway, I'm sitting here, and I've been talking with Nick Anthony, a friend of mine. Y'all know Nick Anthony out there. He's pretty important to me. He's somebody important. We'll talk more about him later. But right now, I want to talk about Akron Nights and what this song is about. This is about 4 boys in Akron, Ohio, back in the 80s and 90s, and how life, you spend years with somebody. I met Rick when I was 12 years old. Lived in Louisville, Ohio, Southern Ohio, down there. But there's a little town down there named Woodsfield I fell in love with when I was a kid, and we'll talk about that. But memories and thoughts and people. And the song is about those people that were in my life back in a part of it. It seems so long ago now because I've moved forward and I've new people have come into my life and these people have left. And it holds a deep meaning for me because it's personal. It's about my childhood, about things that happened to me, telling stories and how I feel about some men who I used to call brother and some who I still do. That's the past. That's where a lot of us sometimes stay in our heads. We stay in the past. We don't move forward. We fail to understand and realize that, sometimes those things we had in our youth, those thoughts, those ideals, those beliefs that we had when we were younger and full of fire and full of anger and full of whatever emotions we were full of back then, we have them in our minds. They're our memories. Those things that make us who we are today. Some of us have calmed down. Some of us haven't. Some of us have moved on to greener pastures, and some are still trying to struggle and get through the day. Some trying to get through a night, like me tonight here with the show, talking to you live out there in Radio Land, albeit internet. But that's part of what's going on now in today, the present. The resurrection of PW247 as the PW247 Network. This has always been something I wanted to do. And it's been difficult at times to do it because I am a simple man. You know, I have no problem admitting that I have faults and that I am not perfect. Lord knows none of us are. Even Nick Anthony, who thinks he is. Yeah, wake up and smell the coffee, bro. But, you know, I used to be somewhere. I used to be in Akron, Ohio. I used to, you know, have friends and ran around and went to bars and shows and concerts and people that I considered to be family back then. And some of them still are. Some of them still are. But there's a few who have either gone their own separate paths in lives, and those are paths I don't choose to walk down in mine, and I will not walk down those paths in my life. And I hope you're not out there either. As he says that, he looks over. Transparency here, folks. Tonight I'm sipping on a little bit of honey mead. I found this at well, I'm in Ohio, so it's a state store, and it's a honey mead, and it's got hints of ginger, and it's ice cold. I've had it in my freezer for a few hours now while I worked on getting the show together, but I'm going to take a sip of this, and I'll let you know how this tastes. Oh, that's delicious. That's absolutely wonderful to sip. Of course, I got my coffee. Y'all know me, coffee and cigarettes. It's how I survive life. I got my coffee over here. Cigarettes help me keep this sexy voice. Can't sing for shit, but my voice is soothing, and I appreciate that from that compliment that I get. Anyhow, where was I in life back then? That's where I was. I'm not there now. Nowhere near there right now. I can't explain it to you, but I'm not there. My brain's not there anymore. I've moved past that part. I'm here. I'm in the now and the today. And now and today has its own issues and its own problems that I have to deal with. And tonight what I want to do is I'm going to talk to you about an issue, a change, a major change in my life that's coming here in the month of July. And there's a specific reason for why it's the month of July, and we'll talk about that later on the show. But tonight I want to talk to you about where I'm at and what I've realized and why I am making a decision that is going to change my life forever. Until the day that I leave this world, I will be a changed person forever, and I'll explain that to you as we talk tonight. I'm going to talk about a lot of people I know because this show is ultimately about family tonight and what family really is and how hard it is sometimes for someone to make a decision, to make a life-changing decision because of family. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from tonight. I hope you know that this is me exposing myself to you. I'm going to be telling you my real life situation. Jeez, go figure. Who would let a stranger out there know what they're really going through in life and what they're really thinking? Wow. There's a million assholes on the internet. I'm just one of them. These are my opinions, my thoughts, my emotions, my fears, my scars. This is everything about me, my life. Not that you'd care.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
He said, son, I don't know why I'm here, smoking his lungs and whiskey in his beer, neon buzzing in a roadside hall, old broken dreams hanging off the wall. The rain kept beating on my window pane, like every hard year calling out my name. And the silence sat between us cold, like some worn-out story already told. And I stumbled on my words, Lord, they come so hard, they come so hard. Feels like the air's getting thinner tonight, trying to find some gravity to pull me back from the edge of the night. Yeah, just trying to say what I need. Clock on the wall kept stealing time, like an old freight train rolling through my mind. Cold black coffee in a dying light, winter wind blowing through the night, counting scars and counting cost, thinking about everything we ever lost, every chance we let drift away, every damn thing we never could say. And I stumble on my words, Lord, they come so hard, they come so hard. Feels like the air's getting thinner tonight, trying to find some gravity to pull me back from the edge of the night. Yeah, just trying to say what I mean. Now the jukebox hums some worn out tune, dust and shadows filling up the room, and I swear for a second I could see the man I thought I used to be. But the years roll by like thunder wheels, and some wounds just never heal. Still I stumble on my words, they come so hard, they come so hard. And the night keeps closing in around, trying to hold what little's left, disappears without a sound. Yeah, trying to say what I mean. Cold coffee, thin light, one more lonely roadside night, and the neon glows, but it don't feel right. Just me and the ghost tonight.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Stuff like that. Life goes on, man. Sit here with my cold coffee. That's the name of that track. Those are my words. That's me again. Out there. That's available on YouTube. If you go over to PW247 Network's YouTube channel, you'll find that. There's a couple of things up there that I put up there that are musically inclined because, hey, here at PW247, the network, things are different. It ain't all about professional wrestling anymore. It's about life. It's about reality, and it's about truth and being honest with each other and with those we care about. You know, we were talking about the past and the present. Well, the present brings me to here. You see, in the past, there was a guy by the name of Marlon. And Marlon kind of helped me be who I am as a man and how I think. But there were other people. Marlon, my second dad. God rest his soul. God rest his soul. But I'm going to talk about other people in my life. Here and now. The reasons why sometimes decisions get hard, they become difficult. You can't find the words to say what you mean and how you feel and why you want to do what you got to do, because you feel you need to explain this to these people because they're so important to you. And you do want their input and their feedback and their thoughts on the situation that's at hand and how, am I making the right decision or am I not making the correct decision? I'm going to start off by talking about Ray and Chelsea. If you hear any noise, that's my kitten in the background. She's losing her mind. Anyhow, Ray and Chelsea and kids. Ray's my best friend in this world. He's my brother. He's very special to me. He came to me at a point of somebody to understand who I was and take me for who I am. Because it's very important that I wrote it. It was a little teeny thing I wrote in a notebook once. Damn the world as it stands if they can't take me as I am. Because if I can't be me, then who? But Ray and Chelsea, they accepted me for who I was. I'm broken. I'm imperfect. I damn sure ain't a saint. But they took me into their hearts. Me and Chelsea had a rocky start. Because, I swear to God, Ray's my best friend, my brother. And he had come out of something that wasn't good. And he was running right back into something. And it scared me. I didn't know Chelsea too well. It's 2 kids down the road, though. I love this woman. She is my sister. And that's what she belongs with my brother. And if she makes him happy, that's the only damn thing I care about in this world, that my brother is happy. And after I've seen what I've seen, it's kind of given me the confidence to do what I'm going to do, because they really have helped me in my life. They've given me a place to go and visit, and people that a brother that will sit there and talk to me and listen to me bitch and listen to me moan, and I'll do the same for him. That's what brothers do for each other. That's why we are who we are and what we are to other people. We all have brothers and we all have sisters out there that we keep close at heart. Even though they may not be blood, they're family. They got all these kids. They're awesome, man. Their oldest boy does TikTok, and he's making a little bit of money there. And then my favorite, I can't say his name because I said I wouldn't, but the boy's graduated high school, and I'm proud of him. He's got himself a decent job, and he's doing okay for himself. The girl herself, she's me. She's like me. She just take me as I am. Don't worry about it. I'll be okay. She'll be okay. She'll take care of herself. And then you got the 3 little ones. They're precious as hell to me. Those are the first children. I've watched those children grow since they were born. And then, of course, the babies. And I've been there since they were born. And I love them. This is my family. Got that. I was going to play something underneath this one, but I'm just going to be honest and real here with you. And then there's Nick. And I'll give Nick all the shit in the world, people. And me and Nick will fight, and we will argue, and we will disagree about politics, religion, love, and death. He'll tell me the sky is blue, and I'll swear to God it's not. Sometimes it is orange and reds, though. It's beautiful. But I love Nick with all my heart. He's been there for me for a lot. He's taught me a lot. He's the reason I do what I do right now, and why this is something that will occupy me and keep me from losing my mind for the rest of my days. I can sit here and talk to other people because I don't have to show you my face, which I don't like to do, and it's just a personal thing. I'm one of those people that I just don't like looking in a mirror. So why would I want to show anyone else it's just me. And I apologize for that. There's me here and there, but I'm just not that person. Anytime you're listening or you're going to watch us on the YouTube when we go live over there, then you'll see something, but I don't know if it'll be me. Anyway, for Nick, man, I've known this dude. I think his kid was 5. Micah's in college or going to college. And Nick's an asshole from day one, but I'll tell you what, he's turned out to be a pretty damn decent father. Nick turned out to be a pretty decent guy. He's an asshole, but he's a pretty decent guy, and he's become somebody real important to me in life, and he will be for the rest of my days. I'll always talk to Nick. Can't help it. And some friends I've lost along the way because of it. And that's what's going on in my head now, like that. Joe, Ray's dad, Joe, man, this dude he's older than dirt. He's older than me. And this dude is going and going and going. He's tough. Joe is a tough son of a bitch. But these people they're more than friends to me. They're to me. They're people that have come into my life at times when I needed somebody to just listen, to understand, and to let me know that they gave a damn about me. Tell me that they disagreed with me and argue with me and respect me enough to allow me to have my opinions and not let that come between us. Those are the things that make people more than friends. Marlon became a second dad to me. And to this day, I miss him with all my heart and all my soul, and I hope that God has given him wings because he was truly an angel. But these people that came into my life, Ray and Chelsea and the kids, and then Nick, and there's others. There's so many other people that have come into my life that mean something to me. And we'll talk about them later down the road when the theme is appropriate. But tonight I want to talk about my family. You see, Nick and Ray aren't just friends to me. They're brothers. Brothers from other mothers, but they're brothers. And that means something special. That's not me saying they're best buds or anything. That's different. You see, for Ray and his family, and for Nick and his family, I would lay down my life because they mean that much to me. Nick is a Billy Joel loving, Southern California living, not anymore. He lives somewhere else now. He's moved into the heartland, if you will. Nick, Katie may get down. Hold on, folks. Let me deal with an animal that is not listening to me. Come here, young lady. Come here. I know I love you too, baby girl. Here. Get down there and sit and relax while I finish my show up here. I'm talking to the people, Katie. Talking to the people. Sorry about that. But these people have come into my life. And they have made a difference. For one man, Nick, you taught me to not be afraid to talk. Because I was. I would argue and I would fight, but I wouldn't talk. And you taught me how to talk, Nick. And I love you for that, and I will always hold you close to my heart. You are my brother. That's right now. And Ray and Chelsea, they know they are my heart. That is my brother, that is my sister, and every one of those children are mine. They are my nieces and my nephews. I claim them, every one. And I will cherish the days I have to sit and watch all of these people age and grow old and live their lives, because I will always know them forever until I no longer breathe. That's my family. I have blood that's family. And I have blood that I love that's family. And that's sort of why there's a pull, a tear, a split in the rift, if you will, in my heart about things. And so I had to think for a while about this, about what is going to be going on over the next, I don't know, month or so. But right now what I want to do, I think I'm going to take a little break here. I'm going to just play a station ID for you while I gear up the next song I want you to hear while I'm talking to you. Basic, break the fourth wall. Anyhow, I'm so glad this is pirate radio, if you will. And I can say whatever the hell I want. Ain't got to worry about the FCC for now. Got to move forward, though. I'll be back on the other side of this.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Rainy days in Ohio, Gray skies hang low on the farmland, rain streaks running down the glass. Headlights fade on that two-lane highway, watching every moment pass. Coffee's burning on the stovetop, screen door rattling in the breeze. There's a restless kind of freedom in the rain through those trees. Yeah, you can feel it rolling in like a song you've always known. Oh, these rainy days in Ohio wash it down to the bone. From Cleveland out to Cincinnati, make you feel like you're alone. But there's something in that thunder keeps you holding on strong. Rainy days in Ohio just keep rolling along. Puddles build along and finally tires humming on the street. Radio playing low and steady with that backbeat in the seat. Neon bleeds across the blacktop like a memory in blue. Ain't no stars gonna shine tonight, but the rain comes crashing through. Yeah, it hits you deep inside like a truth you can't outrun. All these rainy days in Ohio wash it down to the bone. From Cleveland out to Cincinnati, make you feel like you're alone. But there's something in that thunder keeps you holding on strong. Rainy days in Ohio just keep rolling along. Some folks run from the gray skies, chasing down that sunlit line. But I found a little peace of mind in the rhythm of the rain this time. All these rainy days in Ohio wash it down to the bone. From Cleveland out to Cincinnati, make you feel like you're alone. But there's fire in that thunder, and it keeps you hanging on. Rainy days in Ohio roll you right where you belong. Yeah, let it rain, let it pour.
listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Rainy days in Ohio. You know, we had a bunch of rain here a little bit ago. Damn. Last week there, pretty wet couple days, and I was sitting here at this house because I had nothing to really do. So I was just sitting here, and I got to thinking about a lot of things in my life. The rain will make you do that, you know, sometimes. It'll make you sit back and make you think. And a thought came to mind about something that happened. I have an aunt. Her name was Darlene. I loved her with all my heart. You know, I'll tell stories about her later on and down the road as we move along in the show. But my Aunt Darlene was very special to me. And she always held a place in my heart deeper than most. And she passed away. And I took that trip back to Akron to see my sister and my dad. We rode down there. And I got up and I said my words about my aunt, and they rang true from my heart. I meant everything, and I loved her. But that brought up a situation. You see, my Uncle Howard was left without a wife. And he's not been without a wife for many, 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 many decades. They've been together forever and a day, my entire life, big part of my parents' lives. So Uncle Howard, he's not doing so well, and he lives in this farmhouse in southern Ohio on a piece of land that's been in my family since the late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in there. My Uncle Richard and my Uncle Jimmy and the Edgerton boys went up there and they built a house for our family. That family was my Uncle Richard and his kids as they grew. And him and Aunt Janice made a home there. And then they moved on. And they was going to build something a little bit further down the road, bigger, better, nicer as their family grew. And so Aunt Darlene and Uncle Howard moved into that house, and they raised their boys, Howard and David, in that house. And that house has been in my family for a long time, and that house needs some TLC. Uncle Howard can't do it by himself. So I was made an offer. I was offered to come and live in a house where I felt loved, wanted, cared for, and above all else, because of my Aunt Darlene, a little cherished, because, you know, truth be told, I was her favorite nephew of all. And I'm not ashamed to say that, and I'm very proud to say that, and you should be proud if that is the case. And never be ashamed to admit who your favorite aunts and uncles and things are, because, you know, we hold those people close to heart, and that's important. But an offer came up. I could move down there, and I wouldn't have to pay rent or anything for the rest of my days. If I go in and help take care of Uncle Howard and help get the house up to snuff and help get it fixed up. My cousin's willing to help to an extent. He's got his own life, he's got his own family, he's got his own kids. And I understand that, and he don't live as close as you think, because it's in the middle of a national forest. Little town, Graysville, Ohio. Nothing really much has happened there in 250 damn years. So for as long as the country's been here, ain't nothing happened in Graysville, Ohio of note. But I have an attachment to this house, folks, and it's always been a dream of mine to move down because, well, sometimes your blood isn't yours. How do I explain this? Sometimes inside your head. We'll talk about this a little bit more later on. But sometimes you're not your blood. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I get this offer to move down there and to talk about, or to help my family out, my uncle, and do something for myself that at this age and the different things going on in my life, and if those who are close to me know what's going on. So, but it's a place where I'd feel at home, where I'd feel wanted and loved, and I could express who I really am to people, my aunts and my uncles and my family in Southern Ohio, a place that I want to live, that I've always wanted to go back to, because when I was a kid, when I was a boy, it was one of the place I felt safest, where I could get away from all the turmoil that was my teenage years and my life. It's where I met people that been part of my life for 20 plus years. To this day, I still talk to them, not as often as I should. Maybe I don't like them as much as I used to. But they're still there in my life, to some extent. And you love. You just hope that they can do better for themselves than they have done. Or that they have achieved the goals and the dreams that they have aspired to. That's where my feelings, that's where that rift has occurred in the feelings, in the soul, at this moment. And that rift was caused, and I say was because a decision has been made, and we'll talk about that. But the feelings, because I love my best friend and his family so much. And I don't want to be able to not see them and watch these kids grow up, because I've seen most of their lives already. And these are my nieces and my nephews, and I love them with all my heart. And I am their uncle, and I give them an uncle. Because Ray doesn't have any brothers, so I give them an uncle. They've had others that they have loved, that have left their lives. But for some, they know. And that will never change, because I will see them. Because I love them. But I won't get to see them more than a few times out of a year. I can call, maybe get the Google, or you can FaceTime on Google Messenger or whatever. I think I got that on my phone. So maybe I can Google Messenger with them so I can see them as they grow. And talk to them about them and who they are, because that's what's important, getting to know somebody and who they are and how they're coming along as a human, and trying to guide them down the right path. That's what uncles and fathers and mothers and aunts and all that, we should be doing that for these kids. But all these thoughts, all these things in my head, these emotions I have about being torn away from my brother and his family and me as a man and as a person. And what do I want? What do I want? Nick said something to me off air today. I don't need a therapist. Yeah, I got my problems. I'm bipolar as hell. Probably a little bit on the autistic scale because of my stupidity and my obsession with doing what I do when I do it. Maybe a little ADHD, whatever name or anagram or set of initials you want to give to something. I might be that. I don't know. Ain't no doctor ever told me anything else. But I'm not self-diagnosed. I am bipolar. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't like taking the medicines that they give me because, well, I don't like feeling like a zombie. So I've learned to self-medicate with other things. If it ain't natural and you can't grow it, cut it, dry it, and smoke it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If it was made in a lab, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Get back to nature. Speaking of nature, folks, I'm going to have me a sip of my little, this honey mead. It's so tasty. It smells like ginger and honey. Just, oh my Lord. And it tastes like heaven. I guess if heaven had a taste, it would probably be something like this. This is made from a recipe from the Denmark from the 1700s. So it's an authentic honey mead. That is so good. Oh, so good. And I can say that here on this station because guess what? Free speech. Nobody shut me down when I take a sip of something that tastes like ambrosia. Followed by, of course, the chaser of coffee. There we go. So let's get into this. My feelings, my emotions. I was that rain, that storm, the rain that came through those days I was here. And I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't doing anything. I was just relaxing, chilling. Had nothing to do. I was losing my fucking mind because I didn't want to be here. And I started looking out at that rain and I started thinking, where do I want to be? What's going to be best for me? I can stay here. I'm doing all right. I got a little bit I can spend and my bills are paid and I get important in this life. But I have an opportunity set before me with a guarantee that I won't have to worry about where I live as long as I take care of the property and the house. And I can do that. So I had to make a decision. Sorry about that voice break. I had to make a decision. And I made it. It was like all the emotions, all the thoughts about what's happened to me over the last years of my life. And the people who've walked in and out of it, and the people that have walked in and left in a box. It made me think, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? I want to do this. I want to talk to folks. I want to let you know my story. I want to help you make it through yours. I want you to understand that we are all alike and everything I talk about applies to all of us. Right now, though, about me, I had to figure out how to make me whole. And if that means make a decision, that means I have to live 3.5 hours away from my best friend and his family. Hell, right now I'm about 4 hours from Nick, and I ain't never been there. Nick, I will be out to find out. When you get that pool put in, man, I'm coming out your way when that pool gets put in. You better hope I can swim in it, damn it. He'll probably try to drown me in the deep end, knowing Nick. But I had to make a decision for me. What's the best thing for me? What matters is I'm going to get a new start here. I'm going to have a little bit of hope for the rest of my days because I'll be someplace that fills me with something. It's where I write most of the words that you hear. It's where I feel comfortable. It's where I feel safe. It's where I feel at home. And I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go live in southern Ohio, in a little town called Graysville, where nothing much has ever happened in 250 damn years, truth be told. But I want to go to Graysville, and I want to live there, and I want to help. I want to help my mom's remaining brothers and sisters, and I want to watch that part of my family grow. And it's more than just my mom's relatives. There's other people in my family down there through marriage and stuff that I'm related to. So it'll be nice to reconnect with people and get to be who I really am. I'm not made for a city. I'm made for sitting back and relaxing in the country. I'm made for sitting in front of a window and watching the snow fall on an empty road and hoping that the plow comes before daybreak so you can make it into work. I'm made for hearing and seeing deers in the morning. And I have to move. I have to move on. I have to move on.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Here I come again, my Lord, with all my worries in my hands, carrying the weight of this old world like it was mine to understand. I've got sorrows by the dozen, got regrets I can't outrun, and every road I thought would save me only led me from the sun. And the dreams that I once held feel an eternity away, like old ghosts in the moonlight, watching hope begin to fade. Now today is just a memory, slipping soft through tired hands. All the love I left behind me, like footprints in the sand. Just another yesterday, just another yesterday. Ain't nothing here that I can do to drive away this pain. Just another yesterday. just another yesterday.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more.
Opinions are like assholes, and I'm giving you mine right now. Oh, Lord have mercy. So I'm going to move to Graysville, Ohio. And that got me thinking about a few things. I thought about this. I was you ever get in the shower and you have a thought in your head about something you had never thought about before, or you come to an understanding of something that you had been trying to work out for a long, long time? Well, my thought was this. Maybe sometimes blood is more than a name, and sometimes the name that you walk around with isn't your blood. And I don't know if that's easy for most folk to understand, but I understand it in my own stupid way. I'm just simple. I carry a name. Harry M. Bob the third. I'm the third in a line of Harry M. Bobs. And I will be the last in that line, and I have my reasons for that. But that's a little bit much for right now, because a name is not who you are. That's not who you are. That name, that brand, that mark you've been given as who you are. Who you are is in your blood. It's in your heart, in your soul. It's in your thoughts. It's in the way you treat people on a daily basis. Who am I? I try to be kind to most people except Nick Anthony. I try to understand that we are all different and unique. I try to have faith that there's something greater than me in this world, not even in the next world, but there's something greater than me. I can't make a star, nor can I make a planet, nor can I make a moon. I can't do any of that. So there's a little faith in there. But who you are. Am I a Bob? Or an Edgington? That's my dilemma. My family. And that's what helped me make this choice. Ray and Chelsea and the kids, they're family. Nick, he's family. Then I got family in Southern Ohio, and they're different kind of people. My memories, they like to get together as a family and do things sometimes, even if it's have dinner with each other. And sometimes that's all you need with family, is dinner, a meal. I used to think that my mother's siblings weren't, sometimes you're not as familiar with an aunt or an uncle as you should be, or you lose track and you lose time. In that case, I lost track of last time, but when my mama died, we went down there and we scattered her ashes at Knowlton Cover Bridge, down there by Uncle John. That's where we scattered my Aunt Geneva. Boys came home, but that got me thinking about what I want and where I felt comfortable. And who I was. Because I'm not a Bob. That sickness that runs my father's family does not run through me. And I'm proud of that. That's a demon I've never faced. And it's a demon I hope you never have to face. But I'm not the name. I'm not the name. I'm the blood. I'm an Edgington. My thoughts, my heart, my soul, everything lies on those twist roads in southeastern Ohio off the Ohio River. It's where I felt comfortable as a kid. And when I go down there, it's where I feel at peace with myself and with the world. And I've spent years not being with myself and with the world. And I don't like that. So I made a decision to move. Because of family. Because of people like Nick and Ray and Chelsea, Joe. I'm going to move to Grays, Ohio in July, right after the holidays. I'm going to move down there, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to start going live on a regular basis here, maybe late night every night, just to talk, an hour a night. Gives me something to do. I'm going to be in the middle. I'll sit back and I'll try to relay stories from my life, things that have happened, situations that have occurred. Let's see how you like it. A little bit of, I don't know how to put it. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to move. And I'm going to move because of family. And what happened was that I realized something about family. You see, like I said, I'm not a name. It's the blood. And family. What is family? What is family? Family is more than blood. Family is more than a name. Family are those you hold close to your heart. Those you wouldn't trade for the world. Those you're willing to lay your life down for. Family are friends that are not lasted a lifetime. Family are those that accept you with all your faults and all your imperfections. Isn't a name. Family isn't blood. Family comes to us through our lives. Some by blood. And some by bone. This whole thing, everything tonight, everything moving forward. This is for my family. This is for my friends. For my brothers, my sisters, all y'all. This is for you. And this is also for anyone out there listening. This is for you. If you understand.
You're listening to the PW247 Network, home of the most opinionated assholes in the world of news, talk, and opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We're here to wreck everyone. Stay tuned for more. You never listen. No.
never hear me.
You come in swinging like a courthouse bell, throwing words like stones. You call it truth, I call it pride, and we both end up alone. You say the world is burning down, I say it's always been on fire. You keep preaching from your hurt, like hurt makes any man a liar. You sit there hard as winter ground, with your jaw set like a wall. You hear one thing you don't agree with, and you don't hear me at all. You call me blind, I call you bitter. We draw blood and call it proof. Two grown men with loaded memories, still arguing like youth. I'm only trying to tell you, I'm only trying to breathe. You never see the danger, you never see me leave. We're talking over thunder, we're shouting through the rain. Two radios on different stations, both calling out in pain. We're talking over thunder, trying to win what can't be won. If nobody hears the other, then the argument has won.
You think everything's simple?
No, I think everything matters.
You don't know what the world used to be.
And you don't know what it feels like now.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard. There's a table in the kitchen where the coffee's going cold. Two phones lighting up the silence with the wars we've all been sold. There's a brother on the other end, there's a friend behind the fight. But the louder that we argue, the more we lose the light. I don't wanna lose you, I don't wanna bend, I don't know how to say it, I don't know how this ends. We're talking over thunder, we're shouting through the rain. Two radios on different stations, both calling out in pain. We're talking over thunder, trying to win what can't be won. If nobody hears the other, then the argument has
Maybe I'm afraid of changing.
Maybe I'm afraid you won't.
Maybe I built my whole damn life
On the things you tell me don't.
Maybe I confuse my anger.
With the truth I think I know.
Maybe I should listen.
Maybe I shouldn't let it go. We're talking over thunder, we're shouting through the rain. Two radios on different stations, both calling out in pain. We're talking over thunder, trying to win what can't be won. If nobody hears the other, then the argument has won. I hear you through the thunder. Do you hear me through the rain? I hear you through the thunder. Maybe love can lose the blame.
Me too.